A long, wonderful, productive life began on November 24, 1894, in Carlisle, Iowa. But when Forrest Shaklee was born, no one could have guessed that he would become such an extraordinary man. An early childhood illness prompted his parents to move the family to the fertile farm country of northern Iowa, where, in fresh air and sunlight, young Forrest could grow healthy and strong. It was there he began his lifelong exploration of the connection between nature and good health.
Shaklee philosophy, Shaklee's dream, began when I was a very young fellow. I walked out into the fields and climbed up onto a stack of hay, lying there flat on my back dreaming, watching the wildlife, the swan, the crane, the geese, the ducks, all wending their way to the Northland for their home breeding ground. And from that moment on, I began to think and feel and endeavor to interpret the meaning of nature. I began to realize that I was a product of nature. Being a product of nature, it behooved me to cooperate with nature.
When it came time to choose a career, Forrest became a chiropractor and began to experiment with ways to provide better nutrition for his patients. The result was one of the first nutritional supplements, Dr. Shaklee's Vitalized Minerals. In the early days of aviation, he learned to pilot a plane so he could visit patients all over the state of Iowa. He met many of the inventive Americans who were changing life forever. Henry Ford and Thomas Edison were frequent correspondents. Always the inventor, Dr. Shaklee outfitted one of his clinic vans with bunks, running water, and an ice chest, designing the forerunner of today's motorhome. One of his cross-country travels took him to the West Coast. He was so inspired by the year-round growing climate there that he decided to move his practice to Oakland, California. There, he continued his research with nutritional supplements. As his reputation as a scientist and nutritionist grew, he began to explore the connection between a positive mental attitude and good health. This led to a personal philosophy that became known as thoughtsmanship.
Thoughtsmanship is a method used to direct the life force, because what you think, you look, what you think you do, and what you think you are.
Then, in 1956, at age 62, when most people think of retirement, he put it all together and began the greatest adventure of his life. He started the Shaklee Products Company with just one product, a commitment to harmony with nature, and a sales plan that relied on people reaching out to help other people. His ideas spread out like ripples on a pond. Person by person, the company grew, touching and improving millions of lives with the Shaklee opportunity. Today, Shaklee is a major international corporation with over 200 products. Dr. Shaklee's ideas have taken root all over the world, improving the lives of people beyond borders and oceans.
Dr. Shaklee expects us to dream, expects us to hope for better things.
Dr. Shaklee once dreamed that people could improve their lives by helping others and by living in harmony with nature. Today, the power of that one man's dream endures.